Good morning, Pisces. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good night's sleep. I hope you woke up today feeling happy, safe, and peaceful. Thank you to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed, and gave donations. All right, Pisceanos. Let's see what we got going on for this Friday. We're going to pull 3 of these. This is Golden Insights Oracle by Maruka X. We also got the Knight of Pentacles there at the bottom. Okay. I love when that happens, especially when it has to do with money, Pisces, finances. Wow. All right, Spirit, angels, ancestors, and higher beings. Please help me with this message today for my beautiful Pisces people, my Pisceanos. What messages do we have for Pisces? We got finances, camera, and steps. I'm hearing a lot. All right, let me start one by one. All right, finances. It says making money moves, career focused, work life, managing finances. I don't dance now. I make money moves. See, I don't gotta dance. I make money moves. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't F with you. So I feel like a lot of you try to stay focused on your finances, your work, your income, because you know, I'm not saying you were literal dancers and strippers, no, but you did maybe some things you didn't want to do, but you had to do in order to obtain money. Maybe there was jobs you disliked and you don't want to go back there. You don't want to, be back in that energy. I think you're starting to figure things out here, Pisces, where you're putting more value into yourself. Like you feel like you are more worthy of higher paying jobs, and you're willing to get to that place. Like, I don't know if this is like educational wise as well. Like you're trying to learn more, progress in your field, Pisces. I think you guys, this happens when you start doing some self-worth, like you start giving yourself self-worth, self-care, all that stuff. You start realizing like, I can make a lot more, like I can do this. Like I don't need to dance now, I make money moves type of feeling. I'm not saying you're strippers, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like whatever you did, like, I started off working at an ice cream shop in my teenage years, and that's great for teenage years, but eventually you progress and you know that you have more to offer and you could do more than scooping ice cream, that type of vibe is what I'm getting. We also got steps here. It's a step-by-step approach, taking action, first steps to success and pursue. For some reason, I've been hearing New Kids on the Block in my head, Pisces, just for the last few days. And now it has step by step. Step by step. Ooh, baby, I'm gonna get to you, girl. Da-na-na-na-na-na. This was in reverse, Pisces. I feel like there's someone that is trying to get to you. I'm not sure in what manner. I don't feel negativity. It could be, but I'm not sure. But they are trying to get to you. They're trying to reach out. They're trying to communicate with you. I feel like they're getting a lot of roadblocks, Pisces, is what I'm seeing. You got like some protection of angels through the form of maybe possibly other people that are kind of saying Pisces isn't in right now. Pisces is not available. Like that type of, wow, Pisces, I just felt that. It's crazy because there was a certain point where you allowed people to come back, or you allowed people to say their piece. And I feel like the universe kind of took over. And it may come in actual people, like physical people, or it may come in a spiritual force that every time this person tries to reach out to you, there's like some type of roadblock that, happens. And I see why, Pisces, because you're on a mission. Finances. You've been getting a lot of money things, Pisces, lots of it in these last couple readings, which is amazing. Money isn't everything, but, it helps. It definitely helps to, live a more free, abundant, like free life, like doing what you want to do type of vibe. But yeah, let's see. We got past memories, feeling nostalgic, past people or events focused on the future. Camera, this is in the challenge position. Again, I gotta point it out when it comes out, Pisces. We've been getting a lot of camera issues here. And I keep feeling it. I've been feeling it, reading after reading after reading. Be careful with cameras, even your own, for some reason. You don't want people to use things against you for some, and it may not have nothing to do with that. It's just something to do with some type of surveillance, some type of monitoring, Pisces. So be very cautious of what you do on camera, which I know you guys are. Like, I know you guys are very much aware where all the cameras could be. So yeah. All right, let's see. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't think you have anything to worry about, though, because I feel like I said, there's like this incredible force that's kind of not allowing people access to you in some way. So you're going to be all right anyway. But let's see. Let's go deeper. Spirit, tell me more. On my mind. It's just a matter of time. I'm so sorry. And I love the young people out there. Who is New Kids on the Block? All right, we got 2 of Cups, Temperance, 5 of Cups, and the Strength. Wow, this person, I did not say it was some type of field or force or something, and we have an angel here, Pisces, or I said angels, right? Like people, like in the form of angels that are helped to protect you. But let me see. Let me go further. Hold on. Somebody wants to talk. I'm gonna get to you, girl. Somebody's determined to get past like some type of blocks. There's like some type of roadblocks there, Pisces, and like that force that I'm feeling and seeing. You're on the other side of it, being protected from this person. But this person's very ambitious and they want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. We got Temperance here. Like they kind of feel, and you may feel this way too. I see this. Okay. There's a lot of things that I think both of you would want to say to each other. But for whatever reason, sometimes we don't get closure, Pisces, like the way we think closure is supposed to look like. There's something here about somebody kind of saying things and you haven't defended yourself yet or responded to those things. And I just feel like it's all part of that whole like force, Pisces, where, God wants you, like I keep getting you in finances. Like there's something here with money. Like, so it's a career focus, managing finances, work life, making money moves. You see this conversation or this person as a waste of time or something that can hinder, even though you do have a lot to say. You do feel like there's a lot of things that are left unsaid and kind of uneasy. You're just, I don't know if you're kind of bored of it and you found something more interesting in your life. Like, I'm not really sure. But I do feel like you both feel the need to make things right, to make things copacetic. It's just that you kind of are focused elsewhere. And this person is trying to get to you in a way. But let's see, let's keep going. We got 5 of Cups. I think you've given up in some way. Remember, camera here was in the challenge position. It says like past memories, feeling nostalgic, past people or events, focus on the future. And then we got 5 of Cups here. It's like, I've seen everything I needed to see from you. I've got everything that I needed to get from you. Even though there are things more, which I feel here, Pisces, that you can say to them, it's like you're just not focused on it like you used to be. There was a time, Pisces, like I think you gave this person some time, and maybe they, just took too much of it. Maybe they played with it too long. Maybe they thought you were somebody that they could just check on whenever they feel like it, or call upon whenever they feel like it, until the angels stepped in and gave you like a barrier or a force, and now it's like, it's weird. It's like they try to call you or not call, I don't know if they're calling you directly, or they're trying to set up a meeting or of some sorts. This could be about work as well too, Pisces. Be very careful who you have working with you. Make sure that you could see all your messages or all the opportunities that do come in for you, because I do feel like there might be like somebody that might just watch over who you spend time with or who you speak to. I feel it though, honestly, Pisces, as a protective measure. So it doesn't feel bad to me. If you want to know, I would check. You know what's giving me the vibes of? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the Sex and the City movie. And, when she got divorced, Sarah Jessica Parker, when she got divorced, well, they were about to get married, yes, and he winded up, having cold feet and whatever. And she was devastated. It happened on her wedding day. She had that stupid blue thing in her hair, but I'm just kidding. But anyway, she was hurtful. So she took the honeymoon vacation with her friends, and she didn't want nothing to do with her phone. Next thing you know, she threw her phone in the ocean, and next thing you know, she sees that there's emails. Like, he sent her an email, and so she asked her assistant, please block these emails for me. I don't want to see these emails. And so that's what she did. So but later on in time, she wanted to see if he's been trying to, like, what the emails were. So I'm kind of getting that kind of vibe, Pisces. Like I said, I do feel like a lot of it is for your own good. It's for your own focus and protection. So I did feel that, but let's see. This person is very weak. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it how I feel it. Strength. I feel like they're trying to keep it cool, calm, and collective. They want to be kind of classy in this situation, but the reality is that when people talk to them, things come out, and people can see this person's true nature and how they, really are, how they really think. Maybe if life, themselves, I don't know, like they're kind of like letting like something slip out the mouth. That's how I'm feeling it. Like there's things that are slipping. Let's go deeper. Let's see what else. Spirit, tell me more. The moon. There's a lot to be said. Ooh. There's that 8 of Cups. You can't run away from things for too long, Pisces. Not you, but I felt like this person was trying, when you wanted to communicate, when you wanted to talk, they kind of caused more of an issue or more drama is how I'm feeling it. But let me see. Let me start here real quick with the Strength reverse and the 7 of Pentacles. They've been, they're the type of person that it's like, oh, this is so corny, Pisces. Okay. They're sitting back and they're thinking about all the things they're going to say to you. They're thinking about, they have a lot to say. 7 of Pentacles. They've been holding it. They've been working it. This is what that means. I'm working what I'm trying to say to you. So like they know, like if you were to say one thing, they're going to come back and say, well, you know, trying to one up you and be right about a situation. This is the way this person thinks. Personally, it's like my body and my energy is rejecting that. But, you know, it is not about that. Like I'm just feeling them right now, Pisces. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. You know, it's just that I just wish people could speak more from the heart and be more honest. Like just, you know, it's okay if it makes you look bad. It's okay if you wind up wrong in a situation. It's like, at least we're talking this out. You know, that's how I'm getting this. At least we're talking this out. And at least it won't slip out in other ways. You know, like it's slipping out because there's a lot that you want to say that you haven't been able to say. And now it's coming out and bleeding into your daily life and to other people and your family and your situations. And guess what's happening? This person's family, friends, whoever it is, you know, seeing the negativity and the toxicity that's oozing out of this person. Or even whatever, like it doesn't have to be so terrible. It's just that they know, hey, are you okay? Is there something wrong? You know, yes, there's something wrong. They've been keeping things inside, waiting to be very well prepared and versed on what they want to say to you. But the issue is, it didn't happen when, you know, you were ready to talk, Pisces. You gave them a point and they weren't ready to speak to you. And now it makes a lot of sense to me. They weren't prepared to be wrong. All right, let's see. 2 of Cups and the Moon here. This person has a little bit of an ego. I'm just going to be nice. I'm trying, Pisces. They think that they can make you mushy, 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 Pisces. If they just open your heart to me, baby. I'll turn the lock if you turn the key. What is such a lonely number? That was Madonna. So yeah, I feel like this person, they believe that they can get you going, they can get you talking. And something happened where it didn't work out that way. I don't know if you just blocked them or haven't responded to them. These angels of these beautiful people that are surrounding you and saying, nope, it's going to be hard to reach them. They're not getting your messages. They're not getting your texts. They're not getting your like, it feels to me like they're talking to other people and seeing if it reaches back to you. It's like, I do feel like, you know, because you're just Pisces and you hear things and you know, but you can feel that, right, Pisces? Like, it's just, they can't reach me right now. All right, let me see. We got the Temperance and the 8 of Cups here reversed. This is somebody that was trying to run away from a difficult situation. And like, aha, I figured out here, Pisces, you know, it's like they were doing that because they weren't ready to be wrong about a situation. And they were prepping themselves and they were working what they were going to say. If you say this, I'm going to say that, you know. And, you know, so to me, it did feel like they were running away from the problem because they weren't ready to be wrong. But hold on. I keep feeling also, Pisces, where you just wish that they just accept defeat, accept that they were wrong about a situation and stop trying to, you know, fight it. You know, Pisces, some people cannot be wrong in life. They just can't. I don't know what that is. And some, you'll find it very difficult. Like, they'll stay quiet and they'll kind of stay like you checkmate, biatch, you know? And it's like, they'll kind of stay quiet, like, where's the apology? You just got checkmate. You just got schooled. Where's your apology? You know, and it just, they kind of stay quiet. They apologize in other ways. Some people may apologize in other ways. That's what I'm feeling here. Yeah. Just by maybe trying, to fix the relationship or the conversations, or accepting whatever it is that you give to them, and just working from there and being grateful for that relationship still. So yeah, there's so many different people out there, but let's see. Let's keep going. 5 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. I don't know, I'm going to say how it came, but I think a lot of you people feel like this person is a waste of time, energy, and money. If it's not bringing you some form of profit, which I feel like this person thinking and dwelling of this situation is just not helping your finances. Sometimes I feel like this is also that force field, that angel thing that I've been feeling here. Like, they're saying that in that area, you're going to get distracted, basically. So let's focus on, something else, on something that you do have. And I think you're very much aware of that too. You could see where paying attention to this situation is not going to benefit you. It might bring you back to the strip club, Pisces, so to say, not literal, but you know what I mean? Like, it'll hinder you. It'll bring you backwards. You can almost see that you don't want to enter there. You don't want to go there anymore. It's like you did try. There was a point. But this person did way too much thinking. All right. And they sat on something for way too long. All right. What is the outcome of this situation? Justice in reverse. One more. And the Hermit. Can I be honest, Pisces, with you guys? I always say that because, sometimes I know what you guys want. I do. But sometimes the universe wants something better for you. And I think you're starting to come around to that. You're starting to see like, okay, well, maybe I don't need the justice of closing this, situation, of getting the closure or one-upping this person. Maybe, my justice is going to come in the form of my upgrade, my money moves, my work life, what I love to do, my passions. Yo, Pisces, I feel you entering into like a whole different world. Like you're finally starting to realize like there's nothing left for you over there. If you stay communicating with this person, and I'm not saying that you're not going to talk to them, you could talk to them. My point is dwelling on a situation or a past situation that's just not helping you to move forward. And it's like you're expecting, or you were expecting at least, for some prettier sign or prettier version of closure. And it's like you don't care about it as much anymore. Like what you need to say, what the one up is. You don't even need to think about if this person does wind up wanting upping you, like, oh well, Pisces, well, you did this. It's like, cool. That's cool. And you're just like, I don't dance now, I make money moves. Like I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm not like demeaning myself in this conversation anymore. The Hermit's all about isolation, Pisces. Like I said, and this could be a spirit guide for me. It's a lot of times it's a spirit guide. Like I'm telling you, I feel forces outside of yourself that are kind of like blocking people and energies into, ruining something that you have going on. So for a lot of you Pisces, let's just say that, you think you have a friend, and this friend is on your side, when it comes to work, and you believe that, but secretly they're hating on you. Let's just say, I'm not saying it's true, but secretly they may be disliking the things. I'll give you an example. Let's just say you have some social media and you're posting about your business, or you're posting about what you do, and they secretly create a fake account or something, and they dislike it and they say things, like it could be closer to you than what you think, Pisces. And I'm feeling that could be in your own home. And when I mean own home, I mean like close people. So there's something here about that, and I'm not quite sure what that is, Pisces. Give me a second. They're not getting to you. That's basically what it is. Like, they're not able to destroy something that you're building, no matter how close they are to you. I'm not saying that it's your best friends exactly or your family, but you'd be surprised how close the hate can come from, you know? That's what I'm getting there. All right, let's see what the advice is. Spirit, what is the advice? Ten of Cups. Tower. So 10 of Cups to me in the reversal, it's like there's an implosion, especially with that Tower there. There's an implosion that's happening amongst others. Is that, I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but that's how it's coming. Why? Because you removed yourself. Because God has removed you. The angels are protecting you and say, no, you don't want to see what's about to happen over here. Go over there. Go over there. This was gonna happen, Pisces, regardless if you would have been in the picture, if you would have talked to them, if you could have said something that helped. It just didn't matter. This was meant to be. This implosion within a group of people. It doesn't have to be family, but it could be friends, it could be coworkers, it doesn't matter. But there was an implosion. Nothing you could do you could have stopped what needs to happen with this group of people. Like, to me, the Tower in reverse is like trying to prevent the Tower moment. So I do feel people that may blame others, may not have realized that, I do feel mostly the blame of you, Pisces, I do. But there's others out there. It's very difficult when you have such a vast group of people listening. But it was just meant to happen, Pisces. There was nothing you did, nothing you could do that would prevent this implosion. All right, let's end this with career and money. I'm telling you, Pisces, it's all about money these days. And it's not all about that. It's just sometimes God blesses you in other ways, Pisces. Maybe you didn't get the closure you were looking for. Maybe you didn't get the justice the way you thought it was going to look. But God wants to say, hey, look over here. Let me show you something. Or focus over here. Spirit, tell me more. Unemployment. Dress to impress. Interview, reverse, and performance evaluation. We got a lot of suits here, Pisces. What did I say? I don't dance now. I make money moves. AC, I don't gotta dance. I make money moves. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't F with you. That was that person too. You made a decision. You're not messing with this person. Okay, but anyway, so yes, a lot of you do not want to go back there to where you used to be. And you're very much aware of that, Pisces. So you're doing everything to elevate and upgrade yourself. A lot of you, I feel like, are, maybe, hold on, how do I say this? A lot of you have become the boss in some way. Maybe you're the one that's giving out performance evaluations. Maybe you're the one that's doing the interviewing now. It's not you're the person that needs to get interviewed. And for the ones out there, Pisces, that don't have a job, it's saying here, make sure that you dress to impress or dress appropriate for the job. I know it sucks, but a lot of times people judge, the outside world will judge based on what you're wearing and how you look and how presentable and how clean you are. So just be mindful of that, Pisces. And even if you have a job, like I feel like somebody may be, very opinionated about what you're wearing. It's just so incredibly dumb. But yes, I do feel like somebody is taking notes of that. So just a heads up for those people. But for the vast majority, I do feel like an energy of where, you work really hard so that you're not in a position where someone can fire you again, or leave you with no money again. And I feel you like, in a position more of power as opposed to being the person that's getting interviewed anymore. So I am feeling that energy here, Pisces. And I completely understand. This is what's motivating you. And this is what's like keeping you with a good head on your shoulders about not thinking or dwelling on something that you did try to close out. You did want it to be, talked out and talked through. But you know why it didn't happen? It didn't happen because had that communication, had that conversation taken place, it may have mucked up your energy. It may have messed up your brain. And maybe you would have stayed where you were in a bad place, Pisces. So that's why when you think about, I didn't get the justice that I was looking for, there was a reason for that. And I know that that's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's just average to say, but I see why. They may have infected you, Pisces. They may have said something to you. They may, or maybe they would have just been like, oh, look, stay with me. And they would have pulled you away from what you're trying to do here and what the angels are trying to protect you from. You have to be willing to sacrifice even emotions or thoughts that you may have wanted to express to people. You have to sacrifice that sometimes. Not all the time. Use discernment. Because they step to you. If they finally get across from the angel and get away from it, you're going to tell them. You're going to talk to them. But I think at that moment, you'll be so much more level-headed, bossed up, stronger. You're coming from a different... you're not no longer the underdog anymore, basically, Pisces. You will be coming from a place of, I got position and power. And I'm not saying just with finances, even though I do feel that. So there's nothing that's going to be able to sway you anymore. Whereas before, that person's very swayable. It's just the truth, Pisces. When you don't have, and I'm not just talking about financial, emotional, and you don't have mental strength, and you don't know who you are, and you have these conversations with these people, they can manipulate you into staying there in some ways. So it wasn't the right time for that. Let's see. Spirit, what else? More upside down than up, but let's see. Turning in. Comparison. Ooh. And trust. More upside down than not, but let's see. So I'm seeing something very specific here. Had you spoken to this person in the wrong time, it would have definitely kind of made you look at something that you didn't want to look at. And I'm trying to figure this out exactly. It's like this person maybe was looking for some type of comparison with you. They have some type of weird energy on them, Pisces. And I see this even more, why the angels were protecting you with that force field. They have something on them. It's like, it's an entity, or could be a spirit. And basically, if they would have came around you, that spirit or that entity could have seeped in. And then what happens? You start looking lower level stuff. You start seeing, the comparisons, the differences. You start seeing their perspective, but not really clear or, the way you wanted to see it, Pisces. So I think a big thing here is that the universe is telling you a direct message, Pisces. Trust that even though you may not have everything wrapped up in a pretty little bow with this person, that it's for your own good. Like, it's to keep you from a place of falling backwards, or, not letting you progress. Like, it's something about keeping you stuck still and keeping you in this place of comparison. Like, if you stay with this person, and I don't know what this is, love, family, friends, I don't know. If you stay with this person, it feels like it's going to be a battle. There's some type of battle. Well, I have this. Well, I'm doing this. Well, this is what's going on. Oh, well, this is the clothes that I wear. And then you see somebody wearing your clothes, Pisces, or imitating you. And those things are going to annoy you. Those things are going to bother you. And those things are going to keep you in a place of still looking at the past and still thinking about what happened. And that's why I feel like there was something bigger that had to come and kind of protect you from this person that was trying to stay on your energetic, like on their energetic level. They didn't want you to surpass them in some way. This is how you're going to surpass this person, Pisces. You focus on your money moves, and you remember, what it was like when you held that conversation with this person, or what it did to you and how it made you stay there, repeating the same conversations over and over again. That's what I'm getting. So this was God's protection, Pisces. This was God's way of intervening so that you wouldn't fall backwards. All right, Pisces, I hope you liked the reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.